Welcome to Whatever You Need, where we dive deep into the stories that matter. Before we get into today's heartwarming reflection, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that join button to support the channel. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring more meaningful content straight to you. Let's dive right in. What does it really mean when someone becomes your everything? It's a powerful phrase, one that should never be spoken lightly. To call someone your everything is not to suggest they are just another part of your life, but rather the foundation on which everything stands. It's not an embellishment, it's an anchor. This person doesn't just fill in the gaps of your world, they reshape it, making it more vivid and true. Their voice doesn't merely add noise, it alters the rhythm of your very being. Their belief in you turns what seemed impossible into something to be achieved. When Yağmur tells Barış, with quiet strength or with boldness, "You are my everything," she's not claiming ownership or expressing a sense of incompleteness without him. Rather, she's acknowledging the space he holds in her existence. She's recognizing that with him, life looks different. Life feels more aligned, more illuminated, and the world seems a bit clearer. Without him, her days would not be devoid of purpose, but with him, everything is in sharper focus, the colors more intense, and the air feels lighter. This kind of declaration isn't one born out of a sudden rush. It takes time to understand what it truly means. Love isn't something that's perfectly shaped from the start. It's not a constant surge of emotion, nor a spark that never fades. True love is a craft, it's something that's molded over time, in the quiet moments, the unspoken exchanges, and the small but important acts of care. It grows in the simplest of acts, in the quiet dinners cooked together, in the long drives spent with silence between you, and in the shared jokes that belong only to the two of you. For Barış and Yağmur, if you've been paying close attention, you can see the beauty of their love in the spaces between their words. Their bond didn't materialize overnight, nor was it something born out of a singular moment of public attention. They've grown as a team over time, learning to choose kindness over pride, to respect each other's individuality, and to protect the other's heart even when facing external pressures. They've learned to say, "I'm sorry," without expecting anything in return, and to tell the truth, even when it's difficult to hear. When Yağmur tells Barış that he is her everything, it shifts the nature of their relationship. It creates a space where their joys are shared, not as a form of ownership but as a mutual celebration. They no longer see each other's successes as individual victories, but as victories they've won together. Their dreams are not mere topics of conversation, they are shared ambitions, something they've both committed to. Similarly, their struggles no longer feel like burdens. Instead, they are moments that bring them closer, as they choose to stand side by side through every challenge. This has meant something very specific for Barış and Yağmur. It's meant learning when to speak, and when to simply be present for the other person. It's meant choosing to sacrifice without keeping score, to forgive without hesitation, and to respect one another fiercely, both as partners and as individuals, without letting the external world define them. Yet, while their connection is deep, there's an important balance they maintain. Being someone's everything doesn't mean losing yourself in the other. Instead, it's about becoming the best, truest version of who you are, and letting that truth enhance the connection you share. Barış remains calm and grounded, never sacrificing his nature for the noise of the world, while Yağmur brings her bright discipline and graceful spirit without dimming her light to fit in. Together, they aren't mirrors that simply reflect each other's image, they are mirrors that reveal the truth of who they each are at their core. Their love, like the best partnerships, is a symbiotic force. It turns ambition into collaboration rather than competition, and individuality into energy rather than friction. It's not about dominance or subservience, it's about admiration that drives the relationship forward. When Yağmur speaks to Barış, you feel the depth of her admiration for his quiet strength, and the way his presence can settle her heart. And for Barış, you can see the reverence in his gaze, how he admires her bravery, her ability to soften in the right moments, and the unwavering strength she brings when necessary. Admiration is the foundation of a love like theirs. It's what allows them to face challenges together with resilience, to stay curious and engaged, and to avoid the monotony that often dulls relationships. Love for them doesn't simply thrive, it's nurtured, day after day, through actions and small gestures that speak louder than words. However, it's also important to acknowledge what their love isn't. It isn't dependence, nor is it a suffocating attachment. To say you are my everything does not mean to lose yourself in the other person. Yağmur and Barış have built their love on the freedom to stand on their own 2 feet while choosing, over and over again, to walk this path together. It's trust without surveillance, respect that allows for differences, and a partnership where staying is a choice, not an obligation. Take a moment to think about their disagreements. Not every storm is visible, but when it's all over, you can see the way they return to kindness, always making space for each other to speak, to listen, and to grow. The goal is not to win the argument, but to keep the relationship intact. They don't view compromise as losing, it's a shared win, both of them choosing to continue building the love they've committed to. In life, there are inevitable disruptions. There are days when time slips away, when external pressures mount, or when the weight of the world feels too heavy. But it's during these times that you see the real strength of their relationship. In these moments, you'll witness each one becoming the other's refuge. Barış anchors Yağmur when the world feels too turbulent, and she brings light into the darkest of rooms. They don't put on resilience like a performance, they practice it every day, and it shows in the quiet confidence they carry. Real love, like the one Barış and Yağmur share, is built on trust that can weather any storm. It's the kind of love that says, we've been through hard times before, and we'll get through this one too. When Barış looks at Yağmur, you see the quiet certainty in his eyes. When Yağmur looks at him, there's a silent promise, she knows him fully, and she stands beside him, in both his strength and vulnerability. This is not the flashy love you often see in public. It's not built on grand gestures but on the small, intimate moments that show up in daily life. It's the way Barış holds space for Yağmur, the way she notices when something is off, and how they never shy away from being present for each other, no matter what the world demands. And so, as we wrap up, think about your own relationships. Who holds the most space in your life? And how do you show them that they matter? If you believe in love like we've seen today, remember, it's about being authentic, vulnerable, and appreciative in the small moments. Stay connected, and don't forget to cherish those who truly matter. If you enjoyed today's reflection, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, consider supporting us by clicking the join button to help us keep bringing you content that matters. Until next time, stay present, stay loving, and remember, whatever you need, we're here for you.